Hello, everyone.
Hello again.
Hello.
Hello. And welcome to another episode of
This is the Circle Podcast.
My name is James.
It is your host, Philip.
My name is Daniel.
Like always, I'm here with my best friends.
All right. So today will be a pretty fun episode.
I don't know what I'm saying. Anyways, goodbye.
Goodbye, party people.
See ya. Stop. You're scaring the fans.
Hell yeah, brother.
Amen, brother.
Let's go. Welcome to the Circle Podcast,
You're
the greatest podcast on earth where we talk about nothing.
That's debatable.
I would say in the universe.
Universe?
Yeah.
All right.
I'm sure alien podcasts are whack.
It's a bunch of Ninus.
They don't got memes like us, bro. Bro, what would alien memes be like?
They're just making fun of us, bro.
Yeah, it's just like beyond our comprehension.
Just some crazy math equation. And then they're just dying laughing at it.
Thank you for joining in. Thank you for tuning in. New and reoccurring listeners, we appreciate you. My name is Andrew, and I'm here with my two best friends in the whole universe. They would like to introduce themselves.
Hello, world. My name is James. Welcome back. Thank you.
Hello, my name is Philip. It's good to be here. And welcome back to the Multi-Angle Circle Podcast YouTube channel. If you're watching on YouTube, we appreciate you.
We're stepping it
We're
back
bringing
up.
back the damn angles.
If you would like to follow us on social media, Instagram, YouTube, not Twitter at the moment, but our
Tiki-taki.
TikTok too. The Circle Pod _, right? Or
Just the Circle Pod for Instagram and TikTok. And then
I don't know my own fucking social media.
Yeah, but you don't follow us, or
I don't know.
you don't follow yourself?
I guess not. But anyways,
You are the Instagram guy, aren't you?
the underscore's fucking. I never remember if there's an underscore or not.
There used to be. Not
There
anymore,
did,
baby.
yeah.
Just at the Circle Pod.
At the Circle Pod.
Oh, wait. Is there a the? Or is it just Circle
At
Pod?
the Circle Pod.
The Circle
The
Pod.
Circle Pod. But yeah, follow us on social media. We would like more fan interaction, because eventually we would like to do some fan questions and whatnot. So that'd be pretty cool.
Yeah, if you guys need advice, we're definitely the people to go to.
We should set up that email.
Yeah, we
set up
should.
that email.
Yeah.
We should
I could probably get that set up this weekend.
definitely.
That'd be great.
But yeah, if you're new, what we'd like to do now in the beginning of our episodes is we each have a segment that we will run through. And that's it. If whoever wants to start first.
God damn, dude.
I had nothing more to
As
explain.
you can see, we're very professional on this show.
Always prepared.
Yeah, always at all times.
Yeah.
Who's going first?
Who wants to go first?
I'll go first.
Okay.
Okay.
I think I went first last time.
Welcome back to Quora Quest with Philip. I go on Quora, I find interesting questions, and I read these beautiful answers to you. And this question is, what happens if you stop talking for a year? Answered by Alfred Lee, March 25th, 2019. It's somewhat of a long one, not really. But yeah, here goes. In India, there is a meditative practice called... Oh, shit, I should have practiced trying to say this word. No, you know how to say that?
Let me see.
Vipassana? Vipassana?
Yeah.
To all our Indian listeners, I'm pretty sure you'll know what the hell we're talking about. But
Apologies.
it's a practice called... I can't say it, so I'll spell it. Vipassana. Where participants go without speaking even a single word for several days. I've attended one such session and stayed absolutely silent for 5 days. And here's what I experienced. Number 1, you You have to remind yourself constantly for the first day to simply keep your mouth shut physically. This looks and feels very awkward, but soon you get over it. Number 2, since I was at the meditation center, I had no access to my phone, the internet, or television. The organizers encourage you to think about your life, all of it. They encourage you to recall every memory. Despite how many years one has lived, most participants in my session could recall their entire lives in a day. That's how fleeting a single human life is. Number 3, you sleep a lot as a way to pass time, but this doesn't work for more than a day or two because once you're well rested, you just can't force yourself to sleep. Number 4, you become more attuned to sound. When not constantly listening to people speak, you begin to notice sounds in nature. Tactile sounds of things like cutlery and even the sound of your own breathing. Number 5, you get much better at reading and speaking through body language, eye contact, facial expressions, shrugs, hand gestures. You start to tune them to convey messages. In time, you can almost hear a person's body language from a distance. Number 6, but perhaps the most surprising outcome is when you're given the freedom to speak again. You almost don't want to. You realize you have nothing that needs to be said urgently. Number 7, when you do speak again, your ears don't fully recognize your own voice. It's a feeling similar to hearing an audio playback of your voice. You question if this is what you sound like to everyone else, and it feels a bit odd.
Very
Interesting.
Yeah. Honestly, when I read this, I'm like, I kind of want to find a place like this and try that.
I think we should do a podcast episode like that.
Mm.
We'll just sit here.
It'd be a great YouTube video.
Mm-hmm.
Just reading each other's body language. That, yeah.
You think that's something you guys could do? Like 5 days of not speaking?
Yeah, I think I could do it.
Yeah, I think I could as well. I feel like I'm already...
I don't think you could, Andy.
Really?
You don't do well with awkward silence, dude.
Yeah.
I try to do it on purpose just to see how long it takes you to just make a noise. And it's like a solid 2 seconds.
Yeah. I feel like I'm not very talkative in my normal life anyway, besides like with friends and family.
Yeah, I would say that. I feel like you just drop punchlines. You know?
Yeah. I've never really liked to talk much. So I think I would definitely be able to do that. I'm just more of a listener. Like, definitely more of a listener, I think. Just like with new people, like, you know, I'm definitely more just listening and just like figuring out whether I like you or not. Like whether I should.
So you're like a cuck with speaking.
Yeah.
You just like being
Pretty
off in the
much.
corner, just...
In my normal life too. Yeah, I'm like the dude who hangs out on the wall, you know? Just like looks around the party. Just like, it's a good party. You know?
Man, this is a good time.
Yeah. But like when I'm with friends, it's different. I feel like I'm kind of a complete different person. This is like such a side tangent, but I think that's why I like... Let me figure out how to phrase this. I liked being drunk because I was completely different than the person that I normally was.
Yeah, you're definitely more talkative drunk.
But it wasn't like a bad thing though. I wasn't like aggressive, or I didn't want to like try to fight anyone, or it was just like I was just more amplified of myself. And I liked who I was, and like I understood that, you know, I wasn't like that in my normal life, and I probably never was going to be. So, you know, whenever I was drunk, I was like, just do crazy dumb shit, you know. So it's fun being that person, but I know that I'm not that person, if that makes sense. So, but going back to what he said about them recalling their life in a day, I was like, man,
It's kind of sad.
yeah. I was like, is that really, like, you know?
It's time, man.
It
Time
put
goes
things into
fast.
perspective about how little time that we live, and how really, you know, we're not really that important.
I question whether I could do it or not, you know?
Really?
Yeah.
Let me ask you this. Like, are you one to talk to yourself? like out loud?
No, definitely not.
I think-
I feel like the voice inside my head is different from like my actual voice.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I know what you mean. I feel like that's why I think I could do it, is because if there's no one talking to me, then I'm not talking. You know what I mean?
Mm.
So I feel like
I just wonder at this meditation center, like, are you still like interacting with people? Like, am I? Of course, I still got to eat, right? Am I like at a
Yeah.
lunch hall and we're just all sitting there, just
It's
that is a
funny.
good question. That is a good question.
just
watched-
chomping on your food?
I just watched an episode about this. Like, I just remembered this. Have you heard of the show My Wife and Kids?
Yeah.
Nah.
Really?
It's one of the Wayans brothers. I think his name is Damon Wayans, but he's like the star of the show. Yeah. But anyways, he what the hell, this is crazy how this ties in. But him and his wife go to this retreat where they actually don't talk.
Oh, what the heck?
Yeah. They just meditate and they eat dinner. No one is talking. But like you can hear the thoughts in his head and he's like, just what the fuck is this? Right? But like
Sounds pretty
absolutely
funny.
no one is talking.
Interesting.
Like throughout the whole camp, I think you can't talk. But yeah, like looking at it was a little awkward because people were just like passing by each other and like
A little nod.
Like when they were eating, they were sitting down at a lunch table. They were all just like quiet, you know. When
Yeah.
conversation should happen, it was just like it's kind of awkward.
I think that's a valuable thing to learn, though, is that like you don't need to be talking all the time. You know,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, yeah. I think
It's a-
I've realized that too.
it's a give and take, though, right? Because we're moving more towards a society where people don't socialize and they just sit on their phones when they should be talking, right?
Mhm.
And then there's times where people just are talking about like nothing valuable, you
Hmm.
know?
Just to have sound.
Yeah. I hate small talk, dude. Like, I hate all that conversation. That's why I think I don't know. I won't really get to know someone because I want to ask them like, oh, where do you work? Well,
Mm-hmm.
what's your major? Or where'd you grow up? Where do you? Nah, dude. I don't want to. You know.
Yeah, you just don't want to know people, huh?
Yeah. On that aspect, but if someone asked me like like a deeper question, I would answer it. I would.
That's why you
Definitely
got to
answer.
be the one to ask.
Yeah, but then that's kind of weird
It's like-
sometimes. If you don't really know the person and you're like, oh, well, what are your biggest fears in life? And they're just like, what the fuck? Because I don't mind answering that to a random person, you know?
Yeah.
So, but, obviously we don't all feel the same way. But anyways.
Well, that was Quora Quest with Philip.
Thanks for sharing.
You're welcome.
You go or me go?
I'll go.
Okay.
Migo. Don't fucking fake laugh me, okay?
So, same thing as last week. Not a game, but I would like to share
A cool website.
3 websites. The creative, my creative bug hasn't really been present with making up random websites. 'Cause I feel like I go back to the same things. But I thought these 3 would be cool to share. I thought this one would actually be really helpful. So this is a website that actually shows you how to tie every knot in the world. And it's actually an animation. So it's like a little GIF, and it's each step until the end. It's called animatedknots.com. If you want to
Interesting.
head to that. But there are hundreds of knots,
There's some crazy shit out there.
and I don't know what every knot is intended for.
Do they have a BDSM section?
That's a great question.
Oh, I see a knots by activity.
I guess not, huh?
Darn it.
I wouldn't doubt there's a website like that.
But like, look, like search and rescue, household, arborist, and horse and farm. So if you go down a little bit, if you're on this website now,
Sorry, you want to go back?
if you go down a little bit, it'll show you. You see how it's in
Oh,
GIF
knot of
form?
the day. That's pretty cool.
It tells you how to do it.
That's dope.
Yeah. So I thought it would be really cool to share this for people who maybe like to camp, people who work on knot related careers where they need to tie knots every day.
I know the square knot. That's one of my favorite knots.
Square knot.
Yeah, it just looks, it's so symmetric. I had to learn it in Boy Scouts.
Oh, this one here.
Yeah, this one right
Yeah.
here.
But
I think
I
it's a really
thought it was
basic knot.
to me, it was fascinating just realizing that there's hundreds of knots out there,
Yeah.
and that there's a purpose for every knot.
Huh. It's kind of funny. Interesting.
And it really made me want to be like a knot expert.
Dude,
I was about
I-
to say, it's kind of funny. There's people out there that like that's their thing. They just
Yeah.
know knots.
I enjoy videos where it's like someone that just like a sailor that's just like fucking
Yeah,
roping in a
yeah.
boat,
Mm.
or like even like an oil rig guy that just fucking throws that chain on there and fucking rips that bitch back and puts it down. You know, like I don't know, that shit's fascinating to me.
Yeah, when they anchor a boat on like a fucking
Yeah,
thing and they
yeah.
just
On the dock.
I have a funny story though. It's about knots and it's about BDS. So my buddy Ray, when we were apprentices, he goes to the apprenticeship, and you know you spend a week there, and normally you get to know the guys that are there with you, you know, and like you know just get to know who they are. And my buddy Ray had noticed this one guy had like at least like 2 feet of like a like rope on him, but it was like knotted up in a way where it wasn't like showing 2 feet. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So my buddy Ray's like, "Hey, like, what,
Hey.
what's that for?" You know? And the guy's like, "Oh, this right here. This is what I." He's like, "This is what I use to tie women up with." And Ray's like, "What are you talking about?"
And he just keeps it on him.
He's like, "I just keep this on me, and women know what this is." And Ray's like, "Bullshit." He's like, "I swear to God, I'm in the bar. I keep that thing on my hip, and women just know." And the guy's just like telling him stories, dude. Like just stories on stories of him just tying up women. Like he told him a story where like he just tied up a chick in his living room and just left her there for like 2 hours.
What?
And then came back and just had a beer on his couch.
I want to see. I don't know if I buy this. What women listening to this, please answer your opinion. What women are like? Does he have a rope? I know what that's for. Like,
Listen,
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, but what I do know is there's a lot of weird shit in this world,
yeah,
and I am not.
Yeah.
I don't knock it, you know. Like I don't know.
Kinda
I'm sure there's a
man.
whole world of women that just like to be tied up.
Yeah, yeah,
That's the thing. If you attract them, you're attracting the right ones, essentially, right?
yeah.
Like it's like, oh,
You don't gotta introduce
yeah,
it.
you're down. Like it's
Yeah.
go time.
It sounds like one of those ads like. Pickup artists hate him. He's stealing all the women at the bar. You know, like
Well, even then too. I mean, it's a fucking good conversation, you know.
starter.
Like, if she's just like,
Yeah.
"Oh, what's this?" You know, he's like, "Oh, I'll show you what this is." You know.
Oh, this
Fucking
rope.
just
Oh.
hogtizer?
Oh,
Oh.
you're about to find that.
Yeah.
out,
Hog
lady.
tizer in the middle of the bar.
It makes me want to experiment with that. Just carry a rope and like.
Just see
Is
what
it like
happens.
is it
Bro,
a thick rope?
I don't know what it looked like.
Oh, okay.
You know, I have no idea.
I don't know.
Because it's like if it's like a thick rope, you know, like a
Just enough
Like
to
one
tie
of
her
those
up.
prickly ropes that you
Yeah.
get like burnt, like
Yeah.
burns from.
just hanging like dangling. I don't know if I'd carry that around. But if it's just like a fucking, you know, like one of those ropes on this animated knots website,
Like paracord or something.
yeah, fucking carry it just to see.
Well, there you go.
Give it a shot, man.
Yeah,
Report your results.
Yeah, when things open up, you know,
Yeah.
we're getting there.
100% capacity.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought that'd be cool to share, you know. And like the number one reason I thought it'd be cool to share is because I found it really cool. I was like, man, I'm just gonna go on this and try like these different knots and.
Did you go and buy rope?
No, I am gonna buy because I don't know what rope you're supposed to buy.
Mm.
I don't think it really matters.
Yeah,
Yeah.
as long as
Just anything. Okay.
as long
Well,
as
don't
it's
get
tubular.
like fucking the rope that you. Like,
Yeah.
you're out here just.
Well, another one main reason I wanted to, I wanted to find like maybe like the top 10 most
Like the
necessary
strongest,
knots, and then learn all those.
Mm.
So that'd be pretty cool. You know, but you know,
You're gonna be that guy
saying it out
we
loud.
need a knot.
saying it out loud makes me feel.
Does
a little
anyone
weird.
know a high tension knot?
We need a square knot professional ASAP. right here, right here.
Even better. Is there a doctor on the plane? I know knots. Do you need a knot?
I could cut that umbilical cord right off.
Tie that shit and it'll never come loose again.
But yeah, so it's last website is animatedknots.com. This next website I found was actually pretty interesting, pretty cool. I thought, because I know there are a group of people out there that like to listen to ambient noise, to like sleep, like for studying or, just like relaxation purposes. So this website is called timberfestival.org.uk. Maybe you want to go to it, James.
What is it? Timberfest?
Timber Festival. .org.
.uk.
.uk.
And sorry, what is this again?
So this is actually a kind of like a user-based website. So around the world, people will send in a forest that they've been to, and they'll record sound of it. And you can click every forest that anyone has been to, and you can listen to the sound that they recorded.
Interesting.
Sorry, there are sounds of the forest. I think explore the sound map.
Sometimes I wish I don't have like the mind that I have, because I just think like there's probably a clip on there, just two deer just fucking
In the background?
That's the sound of the forest.
Yeah.
So yeah, if you'll go to a link, and if you click the link sounds of the forest, it'll bring up a map of every user, anything they've uploaded, whether it be from, it's all around the world basically.
All right, we're listening to
So this one is
Santangen Brine, Norway. I think that's how you pronounce it.
pretty cool. Just a couple birds chirping.
Twinkle,
twinkle, twinkle. But I mean, if people want to come to this,
It's pretty relaxing.
Yeah, it's cool. Just to hear different birds everywhere, or to hear other shit. But I don't know. I thought that would be cool to share.
I wonder how many clips you just hear loggers in the background just tearing the forest
Chainsaws?
down.
Get out of the way!
You just hear someone, what the fuck are you recording? You wouldn't get it. But yeah, so once again, this is timberfestival.org.uk, and you can hear the sounds of the forest across the world.
Very interesting.
My last website, sorry for yelling that, is a website that the FBI actually put up. So
They're trying to trap some people. That's what they're trying to do.
this is actually a website of the 100 most famous and interesting FBI cases that they've ever encountered.
Okay.
And I know like true crime detective shit is really big right now.
Really?
I would say so.
In the
How do you know
podcast
that?
realm.
I that's all I've seen people fucking listen
You're an
to.
expert?
Okay, no. Anyways, so you could go to this website, and you could actually click on any of the 100 cases that you want to, just to find out more information about it. I guess all the information that the FBI has and put out, who knows if it's all correct. But this is called FBI, www.fbi.gov/history.
History?
Yeah.
/ or backslash?
Did they have anything on JFK?
Well, I wasn't done yet.
Oh, sorry. My apologies.
Because it'll send you right to the link if you just put this in.
Oh.
So
Okay.
/history
One thing we've learned, it's you got to be careful
/famous
telling James what to put in here.
hyphen or dash cases.
Cases. Yeah, as long as I don't have to put your name in gum, we're good.
Your name and game. So yeah, you can
Your
click
game
any of
and
the,
numb.
click any of the
And they got
97
Al
links.
Capone, Aldrich.
They got the Alcatraz.
Ames.
And it's like, I was reading through this and some of shit I've never even heard.
Oh, the anthrax investigation.
Like the Anna Montez
forgot
Cuban
about
spy.
that.
Have you ever heard that?
No, I have no idea who
This
that
is
is.
supposed to be the 100 most famous, right? Like, what the fuck? I never heard
Yeah.
that. Black Tom 1915 bombing. What the fuck is that? Bonnie and Clyde, obviously. Brian P. Reagan espionage. Yeah, but anyways, this was more tailored.
Oh,
towards-
DB Cooper hijacking. That's cool.
This was tailored more towards the true crime, like, detective enthusiast. So if you want to find out, for the U.S., obviously, if you want to find out and deep dive into all this shit, it's right here on the internet.
That
The
is pretty cool.
The FBI posted it.
This since we're talking about true crime, it reminds me of like what I think is weird. Have you guys seen those videos of like it's just chicks doing their makeup and they're telling like true crime stories?
No.
That's a thing, okay?
Really?
Yeah, and apparently it's a big thing that like multiple TikTokers or I don't know, YouTubers do it. And I don't understand why people watch it.
Yeah, that sounds boring as fuck.
I feel like the majority of viewers are female.
I was just about to say that. Are females blowing this up? Because it would have to be, right?
Maybe.
I mean, I've watched like one or two of them, and I'm like, oh my god, like I'd rather just listen to a podcast than watch this chick do makeup.
Yeah, it doesn't seem fitting.
No, it doesn't.
Weird.
So I'm gonna put on my blush now, but Maria killed her 3 children.
But there's also videos of chicks doing their makeup, and they're telling like, oh, there's this one chick.
I'm gonna go pee real quick. I'll be right back.
She does her makeup, and she reads other people's stories on her TikTok.
Other people's stories of what? Of true crime?
No, like true stories of like wild shit that's happened in their
You
life.
see, that sounds a little better.
Does it?
I would say so. I think that would just be
But
an outlet.
she's also reading it as if it was her. Like
Okay, that's a
her
little
experience.
Weird. Yeah, that's a little weird.
It's just like this is like, who imagined that this is the level of content we would have in today's age, right?
Yeah. No, I understand.
Like there's people in the world that follow people like that just to like
I understand.
watch their videos every day.
I think I started feeling like that when mukbang videos started coming out.
Dude, never watched a single one of them.
I'm just like, why? And obviously, it's like might be like a fetish with ASMR, but it's like, why do you want to see? Why do you want to see and hear someone eat like right in your ear?
Yeah, I don't get it, dude. What are the point of those videos? Is it for that, or is it just like crazy foods that?
No, I don't think it's that. I think people want to hear. It's just like ASMR when someone's whispering.
I don't get that.
I think that has to be it because.
Would that fall under like a fetish?
Yeah, I
like,
would say so. I think some people.
I don't know. I'm not gonna say this actually.
Does fetish mean that you get some type of sexual arousal out of it?
Let's look it up.
Or
Our
is fetish
internet
like-
guy is not here, so give me a moment.
Because if it isn't, then fetish has been very sexually affiliated when it doesn't have to.
Oh
be.
yeah, definitely. Fetish definition by fucking I don't even know how to say that. An object such as a small stone carving of it. No, that's not it. What the fuck? Okay. An object or bodily part whose real or fantasized presence is psychologically necessary for sexual gratification,
Okay.
and that is an object of fixation to the extent that it may interfere with complete sexual expression. God, that sounds confusing.
So it does have to do with sexual arousal.
Yeah, something sexual.
I just.
Do you
don't-
think though people get off from ASMR?
I think people jerk off to ASMR. Yes.
No way. You think so?
I think so.
Do you think so?
I mean, I'm sure there's someone out there who does that, but I feel like
No, not someone. Do you think there's people out there That's
Probably.
yeah. That's
But
their
I would
porn.
say the majority.
Because what would you say mukbang is? What would you say?
Mukbang?
Or mukbang? Sorry, that was mukbang. Would you say that's like? Do people like to hear
the chewing.
eating in their ear?
Yeah, some people find it like satisfying.
So it's not a. Is it? Is that a fetish?
I don't think so, because I know people who like them, and it's not a sexual thing. It's kind of like how you find like popping bubble wrap satisfying.
Mm.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, I don't know. It seems more like
I've been called weird in my life, and I'm not as weird as that. That's a whole new level.
Because
weird.
What's the purpose of mukbang? Is it that they're eating just this crazy amount of food, or is it because of the ASMR?
I think it's both. I mean, don't get me wrong. There's definitely, when it comes to mukbang, there's definitely some sexual undertones. Because I remember...
Just a little moaning at the end.
Well, not just that, but like, I remember hearing that it started... It was like...
licking your lips.
It was like a South Korean thing. That's where it started. And before what it was just these very petite Korean girls eating like a crazy amount of food.
Hmm.
And I know there's people out there that like, that's a fetish for them, is seeing like women gorge on food.
Isn't it weird in America how like overly sexualized Asian women are?
Yeah, it is very weird.
That's the first thing that came to my mind is because they're Asian, and we just over sexualize them.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, it was just... Yeah, I was just asking because...
I feel like I can understand, though, because there's times where, like, I'll watch, like, satisfying videos type of thing on YouTube, and they'll, like, help me fall asleep. Or, like, there's this one channel that I watch. I think it's called Faraway Forge, and it's just him, like, forging different weapons. Or, like, swords, knives, whatever.
Oh, like from Rusted Pieces?
Yeah.
Oh, I've seen that too.
Yeah, and, like, he doesn't talk at all. It's just him forging it the whole time. And it's like satisfying just to have some type of like rhythmic white noise in the background. I don't know.
I went through a phase like that, but it was like restoration videos, like just whatever random shit.
Yeah. Nah, I don't know. It's just like, or like, I'm sure you guys have seen those, or that guy who does videos of doing car detailing, right?
I haven't seen that.
Oh, you haven't seen it? Have
The
you?
Detail Geek.
I think so.
Yeah, dude, that guy's videos are awesome.
And like, why though? Like, you're just literally just watching this dude clean a car, but it's like satisfying.
It's when he like hits the fucking chairs with that wet vacuum, and you just see all that dirt just come out, dude.
Yeah, it's just
like,
satisfying.
that's why I bought my wet vacuum. I'm like, oh, I'm gonna go like the truck I used to have. Oh man, the amount of dirt I got out of that was like 30 years worth.
Oh, Lord.
It was disgusting.
Definitely some body fluid in there.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah, mukbang is like a weird thing to me because I hate hearing someone chew.
It definitely is
Yeah.
a weird thing, yeah.
So I just like despise hearing someone chew.
Isn't it weird too? Have you guys seen those mics that are like ears, and it's for ASMR?
Oh, and to make
They're
it
like-
look like they're whispering
Yeah,
into it?
exactly.
That's
yeah,
weird.
yeah. And then and then the different mics hit the certain side of
different speaker?
your headphone. Yeah,
Mm.
your speaker too. Yeah, it's fucking weird, right?
Interesting.
Yeah,
Very weird.
I don't know. Do they whisper in mukbangs or are they just like
It's just usually them eating.
okay?
That's one thing I don't understand. I understand ASMR when they're doing something, but like when it's literally just them, like
Yeah, like
I don't get that. I don't get that.
There's YouTubers that literally just like record them cleaning their houses.
Oh yeah.
Isn't that weird?
I found this channel and it's this dude who just does lawns, like literally just mows people's lawns. That's his YouTube channel.
Pressure washing videos.
Yeah.
Those are good. Especially when it's like a dirty driveway. Oh,
yeah, it's
that'll
just-
get me
yeah.
off any day.
It's so funny that these normal situations in life are just like
Like you could there's nothing stopping you
Yeah,
from doing it
yeah.
yourself.
Yeah. It's so funny too because it's like it's one of those jobs you're like, ugh, I don't want to do that. You know,
Yeah.
like I'm not feeling it today. But you'll go and watch some dude do it on
Yeah.
YouTube.
yeah, it's just weird that like say some because I'm sure this happens. Like some dude, like you have a house, and this dude has a driveway it's like a dirty driveway, and this dude is just watching power washing driveways on YouTube. You could just like
do it himself.
do it to your own driveway.
I think it's just you want all the satisfaction, but none of the
None of
work.
the work, yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know, but yeah.
Are we ready for my segment?
Yeah, we fucking dove off the deep end with Andy's.
For sure. Welcome to SciTech News with James. So this was posted May 16th, so at the start of this week. And I'm sure both of you have heard that Bill Gates is getting a divorce from his wife, Melinda.
She taking everything.
Melinda French Gates.
Except
I
the
just
windows.
found that out. She's like, fuck Windows. But I found this interesting article. Like, I don't know if you guys have seen this, but let me ask: what are your thoughts of Bill Gates as a person? Like, what do you think? What do you think of the guy?
Well, the first thing that comes to my mind is just rich, powerful.
But like, not like personality wise, like him as like characteristics. What do you think? Like awkward or?
Yeah.
I throw him in the same like boat as Elon Musk. I think they're just like not normal people. You know, like they just, I don't know. They don't socialize like normal people do.
Yeah.
Their brains just aren't working the same way. Like, to think about it, like Elon Musk and Bill Gates are geniuses of our time, right?
Mm-hmm.
And we don't really look at them like that, right? We're just like
They're kind of awkward.
Yeah, they're awkward and like they do press conferences and it's just like, like this guy's a millionaire, you know? Like there's nothing about him that really like throws that millionaire lifestyle or I don't know, that mindset, but they're geniuses of our time and it's just I think they're just wired differently.
Yeah. I would say Elon seems a little more off
Definitely
than Bill Gates.
There's some interviews though with Bill Gates where it's like, dude, just answer the question. Like,
I think what's funny is that I feel like when you surpass a certain amount of genius, it's like normal conversation or like personality traits just like fall off for some reason. And I wonder why that is. Because Elon Musk, he does seem a little weird.
Yeah.
You know, he seems a little off or like awkward or like Bill Gates. Like what is that? Why is that?
I think the thing about Bill Gates too is that book Outliers. Remember when they talk about him?
Yeah.
Like I think from a young like teenage age, like he spent like every summer coding.
Yeah, that's all he did.
Yeah, like he was lucky that his friend's dad owned like a computer lab or something like that. So he would just spend his summers every summer just coding.
Yeah. Because like even because you would say like autistic, you know, people that have autism, some of them are like also geniuses, but it's like their social cues are just like
Yeah.
they just don't get it.
Yeah, I don't know if those things are like mutually exclusive like that, or if it's more of like in Bill Gates' case, he never like developed social skills because he was so focused on one other thing.
Yeah.
I don't know, but yeah, I mean, definitely in my mind, I always pictured him as just like, he was wealthy, but he always just seemed like a nerdy dude.
Yeah.
Good-hearted. Seemed like a nerdy dude who just happened to get rich, and then, you know what I mean? Like he didn't seem like an aggressive entrepreneur or anything like that. He doesn't give off that persona.
He just like was innovative for his time, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I feel like he doesn't really give I feel like you never really hear too much about Bill Gates. It's always about Mark Zuckerberg or something.
Well,
I always hated when when COVID started, like there was some conspiracy that Bill Gates was behind it.
Yeah, to put microchips in people or something.
Yeah.
People are crazy. But this article caught my eye because the headline says, Bill Gates crafted a public image as a likable, nerdy do-gooder. Office affairs, quote, uncomfortable workplace behavior, and Epstein ties reveal cracks in his facade.
So
I was
this
like,
is a total
what?
another Steve Jobs or what?
I don't know, but...
but with Epstein in there?
Yeah, so this article, it's on businessinsider.com.
Ooh,
written
that's
by
actually
Cheryl Ted.
That's pretty legit too.
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein, right?
Yeah,
Yes,
Jeffrey
yeah.
Epstein.
That's the first
What
thing
the
I heard
fuck is going
when
on?
about the divorce is because she
Was mad.
about the ties with
Yeah.
Jeffrey Epstein.
What?
Yeah.
And I'm gonna touch on that a little bit. So
What?
So this is the first little section I want to read to you. It says, reports from New York Times and the Wall Street Journal indicate Gates at times treated the workplace like a pickup spot, making advances toward women who worked for him. So apparently, he's there up in his office just like looking at all the fish in the sea,
Seen some
and he's
titties
like,
go by.
who am I going to reel in today?
Yeah.
Apparently.
Where's this coming from though?
It'll go further. So it said several employees told the Times he engaged in clumsy and questionable workplace behavior. They also said he could be dismissive as his wife and overly dominant. And then here we go. The idea that Gates viewed the workplace as a trawling ground for dates may not come as a surprise, considering the origins of his marriage. Gates met and began dating Melinda in 1987 after she took a job as a marketing manager at Microsoft.
Okay.
So there's that. And then here's another section. Microsoft received a concern in the latter half of 2019 that Bill Gates sought to initiate an intimate relationship with a company employee in the year 2000. I don't know why this is just coming out now. A Microsoft representative told the Journal. And then it goes on to explain how it is known that he had an affair almost 20 years ago, which, quote, ended amicably. And then that's when Gates shifted to spending more time on his philanthropy, like branding or whatever.
You had to sweep some stuff under the rug.
So apparently, there's just various reports. One, I know the affair is confirmed, that he did have an affair on his now ex-wife, and
he cheated on her.
Yeah, with another employee at Microsoft
20 years ago.
20 years ago.
Oh, 20 years ago.
Yeah.
Oh,
So in
okay.
2000.
So that's just trying to confirm about these allegations that he would use it.
And then there's this next part that says one of these instances was said to have happened in 2006 when he emailed a female Microsoft employee to ask her out to dinner after a presentation. And it's quoted that the email said at the end, if this makes you uncomfortable, pretend it never happened. Dude, it's just like the thought of Bill Gates spitting game, like,
Yeah.
This dude's fucking playing Tinder in real life, dude.
How did he look when he was younger? Because
he
now
was always a nerdy guy.
I feel like he looks like he looked the same.
Yeah, he looks the same, I think, too. Let me see if we can find a picture.
I got to be honest with you.
Look at him.
Oh my God, he looked worse.
Yeah, he's not a good-looking
He
dude.
looks better now that he's older.
Yeah, he's not.
Yeah,
in my
I would agree.
opinion.
I would agree.
After hearing that, I got to be honest. Like, it doesn't change my view of the guy, except for the Epstein thing.
Well, that's
and
not, I
then-
haven't even gotten to that part yet.
And then the Epstein thing, it's just like, I don't know.
It's just a lot of... So this article starts touching on that, and I'm going to just read through these next few paragraphs. It says, earlier this month, the Journal reported that Melinda Gates had been considering a divorce since 2019 after she became upset over Gates' willingness to meet with the disgraced financier Jeffrey Epstein. Gates first met Epstein in 2011, 3 years after Epstein pleaded guilty to soliciting a minor for prostitution, and the two spent time at Epstein's Manhattan townhouse more than once, which was said to have enraged Melinda. Gates said after Epstein's death that meeting him was an error in judgment. And then in a 2019 statement seen by the Financial Times, Gates said he had, quote, entertained Epstein's ideas related to philanthropy, but had given Epstein an undeserved platform. What kind of philanthropy was Epstein like? Like an adoption agency, a girls' boarding school?
He was paying. Yeah, he was paying for underage girls' schooling, but
They had to be a masseuse.
You had to be a masseuse,
Yeah.
and you had to give. You had to give into any fucking government official and Oreo, get the fuck out of there.
The Epstein thing is so weird to me because, like, Bill Gates was like slowly becoming a hero of mine because he's a billionaire that's giving back, right?
Mhm.
He's building his own schools. He's wanting to educate children. I hear the Epstein thing. I'm like, well, what the fuck? You know, and then it's like, was that just all his wife doing that? But then again, this dude's like saying that he's not giving any of his, like, I think he's giving like 95% of his wealth away, you know? And
Yeah.
it's just like,
Yeah,
That's
sucks.
the thing.
Man, it's just hard.
You have to imagine that for these people who are like insanely wealthy, they probably have a whole team of people handling their PR, you know, handling their image, handling their marketability and stuff like that. And I think the only thing you could take from this is you just never know. You know, you never know what someone is up to behind closed doors. I mean, who knows what's true, what's not true, but I think the accusations with the known fact that he associated with Jeffrey Epstein isn't a good sign, you know?
Not at all.
And it was saying that he was still meeting with him into 2019. Like, that is and he started meeting with him in 2011. That's a long time period to have relations with this person. Even more so that his Epstein's like the criminal activity that he was a part of was well known after his first conviction, you know?
Mm-hmm.
So he can't say that he didn't know what he had done.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense if you're meeting with the guy that you don't know what he's really up to, right? Because what did Jeffrey Epstein do anyway? Like, no one knows, right? But all these fucking billionaires met with the guy.
Yeah.
Right?
They were all
So it had to have
buddy-buddy.
been with some interest.
There was a reason.
Yeah.
There was a reason.
So I don't know. That sucks to hear.
When I read this, because I was like, what? And then when I read this, I was like, what the fuck? I never heard of the Epstein thing until I read this article.
Mm.
It just makes you think. Like, it makes you think of, like, man, like, I feel like Bill Gates was kind of like unknowingly, like, kind of like the poster child of being like a good billionaire.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
was
there's always one, you know?
Yeah.
No. You're a billionaire. Things fly off the table. If you're gonna save $1 billion in taxes, but the guy that's doing it has a child prostitution ring, you know, you'll overlook it.
Yeah. I mean, yeah.
I don't know.
I don't know if I could blame the guy for obviously like cheating on your wife and like trying to pick up women at a company that you own is kind of sleazy, you know, like that's not something that someone with like moral standards would do.
Yeah.
But at the same time, I can't really blame the guy. You know, when you have I feel like there's a comedian that said this, like if you're a man and you have that much influence and that much power, like it has to go to your head, especially especially if you're growing up without social skills and now you could get girls that you would never imagine you could get, you know?
My question to you guys is, does this tarnish his legacy in your guys' eyes?
I
feel like to a certain extent.
Yeah, I feel like
What extent is that?
I don't know. I feel like you could make great things that could change the world, but you could have flaws as a person.
Yeah.
Like, you know, like Martin Luther King, like, you know,
He was
civil rights.
He was cheating on his wife, yeah.
Wanted the best for people and black people, but the infidelity that he was going through was crazy. He was cheating on his wife constantly, you know? But I don't think that takes away from what he was trying to, you know, accomplish. But, like, yeah, he might have been a little
That's
bit
how
of a
I
piece of
feel.
shit.
I don't think it takes away from anything, but it's just something else added to his image.
Yeah.
You know? Like,
Kind of just adds perspective.
yeah,
In a
it's
way,
like
it's
the
just
whole
like-
Michael Jackson thing. Like, just, you know, a lot of shit came out in the last couple years about him. It doesn't necessarily mean his music is bad now. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I think the point is just because you're good at one thing doesn't mean you're a great person all around.
Did
Yeah.
you know, like, last month they dropped everything? They couldn't prove a single thing?
About Michael Jackson?
Mm-hmm.
Really? I thought they found a bunch of footage and stuff.
He wasn't charged for a single thing. And they dropped it last
Well, I mean,
month.
they can't charge someone who's dead.
I don't
Well,
know.
they were still pushing the
Like the investigation.
yeah,
I don't know if it's true or
and
not.
it was all dropped.
Because I mean, like you hear a lot of conspiracies with Michael Jackson about. he-
I think Dave Chappelle is a great bit on that.
Yeah, well,
Didn't we watch that?
yeah, we did. Yeah, yeah.
I heard.
He was just showing off
It's hard. It's hard with him. It's hard with Michael Jackson because
There's a lot.
there's a lot of things that weren't true, and it was like well known that he was like they're after me, like like he would say this to multiple people.
Yeah.
Obviously, I don't know the credibility behind that, but he was like afraid for his life that the media and everyone was trying to tarnish his reputation.
Mm.
But I mean, on like the latter of that, I've seen, and I don't know if this footage is true or if it has like been doctored, but I've seen footage of like or pictures of his house and like weird shit in there. And
Yeah,
it's like,
there's
whoa, what is this?
articles saying that they supposedly found like pretty much like a porn collection that he had that had underage children in it. But yeah, I get what you mean. When there's like so much conspiracy around him, it
Yeah.
makes things harder to be clear
Yeah.
of like, well, what's true, what's not true.
But that's the thing. Like these things, we'll never know.
Mhm.
We'll never know the truth. So it's. I mean, with anything, honestly. So it's kind of just
Unless
up
you're
to
there,
yeah.
yeah.
Like it's up to our speculation, right? We just have to. be
Yeah.
Like, you know what?
My point being though is like even if you believe all the allegations 100%, it doesn't take away. All it does is just add another
Yeah.
perspective
Yeah.
Yeah.
of what this person is.
I mean, no one stopped loving Kobe Bryant. No one stopped loving Tiger Woods, right?
Yeah.
the Kobe case, that's a crazy one, man.
That is crazy.
That is a crazy one, and it's still controversial, which
Yeah.
is so crazy. But that's my point though. Just because someone's really good at something doesn't mean they're a great person, you know?
Yeah.
And you could, I'm not saying not to be like skeptical when it
Mhm.
comes to these claims, but at the same time, don't be overly ignorant that like, oh no, they would never do
Yeah,
that.
he couldn't
They would
do
never
that.
do that. Are you
Yeah.
kidding me? You know how many points he scored? Like, what does that have to do with?
You know how many yards OJ ran for? Okay.
Yeah, like what does that have to do with?
He
what
ran
they
for
do?
11,000 yards, okay?
That's the thing. So I think it's just, you just got to see the full picture. Don't go too much one
let
way
me,
or the
let
other.
me guys ask you this. What do you what do you think about R. Kelly then and his music? Would you still
Oh, man.
I mean, I was never really a fan to begin with. I always
Yeah.
thought his music was kind of corny, and I think that's because of Mad TV. It kind of like
Probably,
warped my
yeah.
view
Mm.
of his music.
because he
But if I Believe I Can Fly comes on, man, I'm going to sing to that shit.
yeah. That's it. I don't know for me. I
But
don't know.
the whole R. Kelly, like,
it seems a little
that whole series they have,
surviving R. Kelly.
Surviving R. Kelly, yeah, dude, like, I was legit getting mad.
I will say I have yet to see that. So,
I was getting mad, bro. Mad. Because it's like, it was so blatantly obvious around that time. And, we were, like, barely born or, kids. And it's just like, man, there was adults at this time that were just blind to all this. Like,
yeah.
all about letting their kids
yeah.
that, yeah.
yeah.
And even the media, like, it's just ridiculous.
I will say too though, like back to
Like
what we were saying.
I'm sorry to cut you off, but the dude was still touring. Like, he was still touring when all these allegations were still going down.
I will say too though, I'm not saying that like, oh, if you were an R. Kelly fan, you need to be a fan no matter what type of thing. That's not what I'm saying. Of course, you have a right to support whoever you want to support.
Yeah.
So if, for instance, if you feel strongly about these allegations, you have every right to be like, I will never buy another Microsoft product or whatever,
Yeah.
right? I just think like there's just no point in scrubbing the history, right? So like in Bill Gates' case, there's no point to be like, you know what, Microsoft needs to cease to exist, and we're not going to even talk about it anymore.
Which would literally destroy, like,
Yeah.
millions of businesses.
Yeah.
Yeah, you just can't discredit what he wanted to make and what, like the original intention for Windows and all this shit was. It was to better the world, right? Make information more accessible and all this shit.
Yeah, like that was the intention.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you know, but like he
Um,
didn't make this with the. I don't know, but I'm sure he didn't make this with like, I wonder how much pussy I can get with this. No, I'm sure he didn't do that.
Not.
I'm sure he
I
didn't do
wouldn't
that.
think so.
No, I think Microsoft, like, because of Microsoft, it created, like, I don't know, 4 or 5 other billionaires and
That too.
countless millionaires because of it, you know? So,
But back to R. Kelly, like, you know, if people want to say his music's good, I'm not going to tell them no because of this.
yeah.
But I mean, I'm not going to go out of my way to listen to him either.
I'm still going
I
to
want to
ask them.
support him. I don't want to give him more listens.
Yeah, I'm just going to ask them, have you seen Surviving R. Kelly? You know, like,
Mm,
have you? Okay, will you watch it and then maybe think about it?
yeah.
About changing your mind.
Yeah, no, yeah. I think the problem is that these artists and stuff make things. They make these great things, and people see them as great things, but they forget that these people are like human, like, you know, and they're subjected to like ego.
Yeah, they can
still.
do shitty shit like
They're
every other human.
They're subjected to, you know, the same thoughts that everyone else has, but
What's funny, man, I kind of went through this. Like, do you guys remember when I was working at the music shop back in our hometown?
music shop.
Yeah, and then I think I was with you. We were going somewhere, and all of a sudden, I see a news. So I worked at a music shop. All of a sudden, my dad sends me a text saying, "Hey, isn't this your boss?" And it's a mugshot of my boss.
Yeah,
Who had
yeah.
gotten charged with
I
like
remember that.
touching a little girl inappropriately, right?
Damn, I forgot about that.
And
Yeah.
I saw
Oh,
that,
shit.
and I'm like, "What the fuck?" You know? And I fucking quit the next day because I'm like, "Man, why the hell am I gonna? I'm gonna be making this dude more bail money. Like,
Yeah,
fuck that."
Exactly.
You know? So I think that's the power. That's where people need to find peace, is that they have that type of power
Mm.
of who they support. You know?
Yeah,
That was crazy though.
I forgot about that.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
That was the first mugshot I knew where I'm like, first mugshot I've seen where I'm like, what the fuck? I know this guy. Like, what the hell?
This is my fucking boss.
I will say this though, from day one, I always told my parents, like, dude, something's up with him. Like, he always just rubbed me the wrong way. There's
Really?
something about his like aura that just like
Hmm.
I didn't like. I feel like now I know why. He's a fucking.
Yeah.
Do you know
Kid
whatever
toucher.
like happened to that guy?
No, I would look like months later. I would always try to see if I could find like if he got, how much he got charged
Yeah.
with or what. But I couldn't find anything.
That's
Yeah.
wild. That's crazy. I completely forgot about that.
Oh, it's crazy.
But I feel like like, because you felt an aura.
Yeah.
I felt like that has to be like,
Oh, with all these people?
yeah, like it has to be like people have to know, like, oh,
Something's up.
this guy's kind of sleazy.
I don't know, man. I've seen enough shows on like the ID channel that sometimes people are just really good at hiding their true selves.
Yeah,
You know?
psychopaths and whatnot.
Yeah.
Can I get another one too, please? Give me the worst one. It's cool.
You're like, do I want this one? Nope.
Yeah, it sucks to hear that about Bill Gates. I don't know. I don't even know why. It just
Yeah.
Is
Like
it
I said,
disappointing or
he was
something?
he was becoming a hero of mine.
yeah, it was becoming I mean, it is disappointing.
But I mean, it's another thing. Like, your heroes can have flaws, right?
yeah.
Will you say that he's still your hero?
God damn, dude. It'd make it so much easier if Epstein wasn't killed.
We get some clarification.
We still have Ghislaine
I-
Maxwell out there.
Yeah, what the fuck is going on?
What was the last
there?
thing you heard about her?
I don't know.
No one
but
gives a shit about her because they're just flooding the fucking news with bullshit that doesn't matter.
she's still out there.
Yeah, she's still.
Did you guys know that all news outlets in America are owned by 6 companies?
Yeah.
6.
6.
6.
Yeah.
And we just sit here and argue about the bullshit that they fucking read to us all the time.
Mhm.
They literally control what we talk about because that's all they talk about.
Her trial's actually coming up. It's coming up in July.
Really?
Ghislaine's trial.
Imagine
I think.
being like a normal citizen and you're called for jury duty, and it's
Oh,
you have-
Dude, that's like hitting the fucking lottery, man.
yeah, you just have the biggest case ever.
That is like hitting
Yeah.
the lottery. You remember that episode of Malcolm in the Middle when Lois got jury duty And then
Oh, yeah,
Hal
yeah,
and Abe thought she was on some like really big murder case,
Yeah.
so they're trying to figure it out. Honestly, I'm like bummed that I haven't gotten to do jury duty. Like I've gotten summoned once, but I didn't get picked or whatever. They just told me to go home.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Somehow mine always ends up in the trash.
Interesting. Interesting how that happens.
I plead the fifth on
Yeah.
anything.
I want to do it, man. I want to be on a jury. That sounds kind of cool. Like, I don't know. I grew up watching like case or like shows like that on the fucking ID channel. So it's like, I don't know. It's fascinating to me. You know?
Jury number 4. How do you plead?
I don't
Man.
know.
That
Probably
motherfucker guilty.
That's the thing. If I got
Death
that
penalty.
This is the thing. This is the thing, though. I would.
What? Oh, I'm
I
sorry.
would
go
be.
ahead.
If like I got, if I randomly got chosen to be on this Ghislaine Maxwell, I'd be like, guilty, dude. Like,
yeah.
there's no question
How
about
do you
it.
not be like biased?
Guilty.
Yeah.
Yeah.
What was that state that brought back like death
The
by
firing
like
squad?
yeah, firing
Oh
squad?
shit.
Because they had a shortage of like
of
poisoning.
lethal injection.
Yeah. Was it
Let me
like
see.
Kansas or some
Dude,
shit?
it
Like,
was
what are
some,
we
like-
talking about here, people? Which, you know, if you're on like death row, that's your fucking problem. You know, like
It's
you
South
got there.
Carolina.
South Carolina.
I think.
They don't fuck around, okay? They're going back to the roots.
They don't fuck around in the South.
Dude, they
Yeah.
brought back firing squad.
Imagine that.
I feel like, you know, that's not a bad way to go.
I feel like there are definitely better ways to go. Like,
Than
you could-
firing squad?
Like you could, the government could come up with a better way to go than a firing squad. I feel.
I'd rather have that than like the electric chair. I feel like your death would be pretty quick by firing
Like,
squad.
what if someone just dropped like a 1-ton pound on your head? Fucking cat, she's in your box, but like, that'd be pretty instant, right?
Wait, what did
Yeah.
you say?
I mean, I guess, yeah. Unless
Like,
you got like a fucking
why
metal
not-
plate in your skull.
Why not just take a bullet to the head at that point?
I feel like
There
the
you
bullet
go.
would be better.
Like, why can't they just what?
My question
Firing
is,
squad is so much more brutal than the bullet to the head. Why
Hold
would they
on.
bring back a firing
Hold on.
squad?
Because what if they miss, dude?
it's just one shot. That's all I get.
Yeah.
My question is it still public? You know, like you know how the electric chair and like you know.
Oh, you could watch?
Yeah, yeah. You know. Is it still
Do they
good?
have a live stream?
What?
A live stream of it? They fucking took down Lively.
Yeah, dude.
There you go. It's not, but that's the thing. Like, it's like, okay, like you're gonna have like 7 dudes stand however far back, and you're just standing on a brick wall,
Just catching lead.
and they're just like,
Dude,
you know,
let
you
me
may
put it
you may
this
not
way.
die instantly, but you're
I-
gonna suffer.
I think you would die pretty. Because how fast does it take to go through a magazine? You know, a few seconds. A few seconds.
Yeah,
Getting zapped to death, you're probably just like.
yeah.
Is that what the firing squad does though? Are they unloading a whole clip in
Yeah,
you?
I think
I think
so.
essentially, but like how fast are you dying though? If they don't get a headshot or a heart shot,
I don't know.
because there's
That's a
only
question.
like this is
That's a
only
good-
this is
But,
vital.
like,
here.
no, you don't
This-
die. You don't.
Well,
You don't
they-
die automatically from a heart shot either, though.
They might hit like an
Uh.
artery, bro. You could bleed out really fast and die within a matter of seconds.
Yeah.
See, my thought process is that they were going. It was just one dude going for a headshot.
Nah.
Just one guy?
Nah, you're getting
Yeah.
you're getting fucked up.
I think you're getting like 5 dudes. just
Imagine
unloading.
having that job. You're the guy that's just fucking. You have to be twisted in the mind a little, right?
Yeah. How do you sleep at night?
Well, I mean, if you knew this guy committed atrocities, would you sleep better?
That's true.
Maybe a little bit better, but
Maybe.
still, you're killing someone. I get it. Yeah, but
You're shooting someone in the face, dude. and
Yeah.
They're unarmed.
if this dude like fucked kids and ate their faces, would you be like, okay?
Yeah, that's true. I feel like, man, at this point, why don't we have like gladiator games? You know, just let them kill each other.
Mm.
Let them duke it out.
Yeah.
Please make that a mandate.
I would watch that.
In Roman times, that was a big political aspect of your political campaign.
Yeah,
It was like,
yeah. The
what are you
gladiator
doing
shows.
about what are you doing about the Colosseum, and how are we going to see some fucked up shit? And it's just like, well,
Yep.
it's open. I mean,
Yeah.
let's fucking
It's
have some
free
wine.
to everyone. Tits and ass out everywhere. The beer or the wine is free.
If someone owned like the baddest gladiators, they had a lot of influence.
They did, yeah.
Yeah.
There's a really good show called Spartacus.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've seen
I'm
some
like
of that
halfway
show.
through.
I've
I got
seen
like
some of
halfway
it. I've
through
seen
I
some of it.
love that show.
So
It's-
that's crazy though.
It's like a little too much 300 to me, like with the slow mo.
Oh.
yeah,
You know, but it's good. It's definitely good.
The ending's very interesting because
Mm.
we still don't know like what they decided to do.
Like in real life.
Yeah, yeah. But
Interesting. Yeah, I have to finish that.
I won't ruin it for you.
Quick side note too. I saw this video. I don't know the validity of this, but I feel like I've heard this before. But back during like the French Revolution, or when they first introduced the guillotine as a form of execution, prisoners would literally like fight to be the first person to get killed by it.
Because that shit was dull.
That's when the blade was sharpest.
Yeah.
And as it dulled, and like they got towards the end of the group they were executing, it would take multiple drops to like fully
imagine
decapitate or like kill someone.
That was
Imagine like 3, like, God, and then they're like, "Ah, crap, we gotta pull it up again." Like,
hey, you good? You good? You hanging by a fucking a thread of your skin, but
hanging by a nerve, dude,
Yeah.
by a nerve ending.
but that's the thing. I don't know.
That's
It's just like with the Colosseum, I felt like these people that were fighting in like these games were obviously prisoners and like I don't know, prisoners of war. I don't know. I felt like they had a chance. You know, they had a chance of like redemption. They
by
could, like,
being the baddest
yeah,
killer.
just being the baddest motherfucker out there, right?
I don't
like-
know if that's the person you want to release back to the public.
And it's just like, dude. Well, what if it's like this? Like, dude, you just went through all our lions and all our tigers. Man, you've earned your freedom, bro. You roam the streets.
I would say this.
No pun
like,
intended.
let's say we were to do that with like death row. If you're on death row, you're automatically entered to the gladiator games. Okay. I say like you just let them fight till they die. You know,
That too.
like if
But
they're
there's
undefeated for 10 years,
There's got to be some.
Yeah,
incentive, right?
I would look at it as like you just get to survive
another day.
a little longer.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like what life would that be though? There's got to be some incentive for that. Like,
Bro, the incentive is they get to live another day.
Yeah.
yeah, but that like in jail.
Yeah.
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 I'd rather just die.
Then fucking
Well,
then
dude,
die.
Why,
You know?
why is it that there's prisoners that like do things in prison that extend their time there?
Yeah.
Like,
I don't
they-
care.
And then they
Yeah.
end up just being lifers, and it's like, yeah, that's just their life now.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't know. I'm just thinking if I was in prison, I would do everything to get out.
Mm.
But I guess yeah, people don't think that way. That's their life for some people.
I mean, for most times, if you're on death row, you weren't gonna get out anyways. You know,
Mhm.
it's not that you can get out on good behavior. Like,
You're there for a reason.
yeah. So it's just a matter of when do you want to die.
But that's that thing too.
But I mean, that's for all of us, right?
yeah, because I mean, some people are on death row for like 10 to fucking 15 years. If they had just made a gladiator thing, you don't got to wait that long anymore.
Yeah. I think
Imagine how brutal that would be.
I would love that shit, dude. If I was living in Rome, dude, I'd buy front row seats.
you'd
dude.
live at the Colosseum.
Yeah, dude, I'd be like, I'm there. Done.
How much is the pay-per-view?
Coliseum on a Friday, done. My whole day is.
You'd be there.
cleared.
You'd be there with the prelims.
I would be there in an instant, and now, to me, that would be a big aspect of someone I'm.
You'd
fucking
vote for someone?
electing in office. Bro, they don't have any entertainment, dude. They gotta play with fucking. They gotta throw rocks at each other.
Dude, that's fucking true. I mean, it was just the whorehouse or the Colosseum.
Yeah, dude. Like, what else are you gonna do? Like,
Yeah. Eat grapes and lay around.
Nothing. Like, yeah, I could run. That's it.
Yeah.
Run from point A to point B. Is that fun? No. Do you want to see someone fight a lion? Yes. Done. Instantly. I'm voting for you. Yeah. Done. You're hosting games twice a week?
Is that like morally wrong
What?
if we were to have that specifically for death row inmates?
I mean, I feel like people would question our sanity if we went to them.
You think so?
And we're in there fucking cheering like, yeah, fucking get them. People might question us, but at the end of the day, like if it's like a rapist and like a child molester, like I'm not the asshole here, okay? Like that's the
Yeah.
asshole over there.
I mean, in the how far off is it from like UFC or like boxing, where
That's
people
why.
do end
A
up
lot
dying.
of people say that MMA is too brutal.
That's why I fucking love MMA.
I don't think
I
it's
mean,
too brutal.
I love MMA because it's very technical and obviously you need skill.
Yeah.
But at the end of the day, it's just two dudes and two girls beating the fuck out of each other. Like, yeah, I don't get to do that, but I'm gonna watch it.
yeah,
And this is the thing too. Like, yeah, their sanity could be questioned, but like Rome was one of the greatest empires on earth. Right?
yeah. But I mean,
And, like, this
how
thing
did how did they get there?
Yeah,
You know,
But-
you have to be fucking savage.
yeah, exactly. I mean, that's what the world was at the time.
Yeah,
Obviously, people went to
yeah.
war and had to fucking slice each other's limbs off. But guess
Dude.
what? Rome was the best at it.
Imagine the type of PTSD people got back then. Like,
Yeah.
it already fucks people up, obviously, shooting a gun. But imagine
Yeah.
being right there
Yeah.
and you're just slashing someone to death. That has to keep you up at night.
Yeah.
Or even with the guillotine, dude. Like, you're in the crowd and you're just like, damn, this dude has a fucking iron neck. Just holy shit.
Like, but yeah, like
God,
a
man.
job being an executioner, like, damn, you just have to fucking pull a rope and like,
Yeah.
that's all your job was.
Or like medieval times, dude. Where they
Human
just like
history, dude. We're crazy.
swing that axe.
Yeah. But that's the thing.
Another movie reference, real quick. Have either of you seen The Green Inferno?
No.
Nah.
Bro,
I remember when I came out, though, and it was like a big.
it was a big deal.
Yeah.
I've never even heard of that.
I would, I like feel weird saying I liked the movie. It was a good movie, honestly. So
Plot wise?
Hmm?
Plot wise?
plot wise, yeah. And then not only that, just like how they filmed it is amazing because they actually went deep into the Amazon.
Mm-hmm.
And they went supposedly like farthest in that any like big movie crew has ever done.
Wow.
And then the actors that they had playing the villagers, they weren't like an uncontacted tribe. Like this village has contacted other people, outside people, and they were farmers themselves, so they weren't like purely like that. But these people, they did not have any type of technology, any electricity. They didn't have running water, nothing like that. But what's funny is they didn't even know what a movie was when the like crew approached them about being in it.
Mm-hmm.
So the crew, they brought like a generator, a TV, and a movie to show them to kind of help explain like this is what we would like you guys to do. And they showed them. So the inspiration to this movie, The Green Inferno, was this movie from the 70s or 80s called Cannibal Holocaust, and it's about a group of. It was about a film crew that pretty much got taken captive by like a native, uncontacted tribe of cannibals and ended up killing them. And the movie's like really gruesome, that movie. But this tribe thought it was the funniest thing they had ever seen in their life. Like,
No way.
they were cracking up throughout the whole movie. And then after, like, oh yeah, we'll definitely like, yeah, we want to be in your movie type of thing.
That's hilarious.
Yeah. But
They're thinking they're actually gonna kill him.
I thought they might have been offended.
no, they weren't. That's
Yeah, that's a weird
that's
thing.
what's kind of crazy, and there's a lot of criticism about it, because people are saying that like this movie was like perpetuating this idea of like savage natives type of thing. But I feel like, well, two things. One, the natives are all about it, but I mean, we don't know how they were compensated, right? They might have been exploited. Let's say they weren't compensated fairly.
Yeah.
That's exploitation. It is.
Yeah.
But I would say that the movie is definitely satirical in a sense because it acknowledges that. So the movie's about a group of people who are protesting for these natives, but then they end up getting, through unfortunate circumstances,
Oh,
they
it's
end up
one
getting
of those
captured by the
movies.
natives.
Yeah.
But even at the end, those who survived still like defended them, and they even like they told like very powerful people like, oh no, they weren't hostile at us at all, type of thing. And I feel like that kind of shows that it's kind of like a satire. Like this movie used shock value to get eyes on it, but it brings to attention like, look how beautiful this part of the earth is, you know, and like we do need to protect it. We shouldn't let these companies just come and fucking tear the land up.
Yeah.
And the director, dude, I was like so fascinated with this movie after I watched it. I was like reading stuff about it, and the director said that he's like, people, I think because pretty much the interviewer asked like, what are your thoughts on people who are like criticizing you for exploiting these people? And he said like, well, one, they did it willingly. Like we didn't force them to do anything. They wanted to be a part of it. But two, he was just saying that he believes that the anger that people have is misplaced. It shouldn't be at someone like him who's actually bringing to light what a lot of these companies are doing in South America. Because it's based on real events where these companies go and they pretty much like murder. They like decimate the villages. Like they have hired guns there for that reason. They decimate the villages, and it's just to clear the land so they could harvest the natural gas under their villages. And I wasn't aware of that. I didn't know. I mean, I knew like deforestation was a problem, but I didn't know it was
their own government doing that.
It's just private companies.
Oh, okay.
It's not necessarily the government, but it's like the government is in no authority. They don't have like the power to like stop anything, you know. But I would highly recommend the movie. It is gruesome, but
that's the thing. It was. I felt like there was almost like no plot behind it when it came out. Because I feel like the previews was always like, we can't show this in theaters. Or only select theaters like we could show this. And I was like, what the fuck is it?
No,
I never went to see it.
It definitely has like a plot.
I never went to see it, but I just thought it was one of those movies that was just.
When did it come out?
Came out a while ago.
Say like 2016, maybe 2017,
maybe even
Damn.
before that. Maybe even.
This is
before
like
that.
a 1990s video or movie.
Oh, it came out in 2013.
Wow.
Yeah, a while ago.
You guys are old.
What's crazy though, so
Dude,
the movie
what the fuck? Yeah.
that inspired it, so the Cannibal Holocaust movie, it's like one of those cult classic horror films.
Oh, okay.
But what's crazy is that there's like a lot of animal cruelty in the movie, just because I mean it was different times back then, you know what I mean? But there is a lot of fucked up footage in it of like turtles being killed and harvested. I think cows, monkeys. I think I couldn't even find the movie like where you could watch it. Like even on Amazon, it said this movie's not available in your country. But apparently there's like a
VPN.
Turn on that VPN.
Apparently there's a scene where they like skin a monkey.
What?
Like a lot of fucked up shit like that. And then also the like scenes where people died were so convincing that the filmmakers got charged with murder.
Wow.
And they literally had a case in Italy about it. And they literally brought the people like, look, they're still alive. Like we didn't actually kill anybody.
Case closed.
Right?
That's wild.
Yeah. So
I like you saying that, and then the tribe laughing at it. It makes me kind of seem like, oh, maybe just people are. They kind of want to eat these people.
Honestly, when I hear that, I think like these people are so humble that even there would be an adaptation that they would be that gruesome that they just laugh at it.
yeah, I mean,
That's the way I look at it.
I that's how I see it too. Like these, I mean, we can't even imagine not having technology, right? You growing up where you have no running water, you don't even know what a movie is, and seeing it. I mean, again, it's a different lifestyle. Like they're used to hunting, they're used to killing, like whatever farm animals they use to survive. They're not as sheltered as like we are, especially in like Western society.
Yeah.
So for them, seeing stuff like that of like, obviously they weren't cannibals, but like seeing people eat people, to them, I don't know, something about that was like funny to
They're
them.
just like, ha ha ha, we're gonna eat you later. Yeah, but I didn't know that. That's interesting.
Yeah. What's
I'll
funny
definitely
too
see
is
that.
when they wrapped up filming, the village, as a thank you, wanted to give the director a 2-year-old. Like wanted to give him a toddler. Like, oh my god, thank you for like allowing this. Like here, like
to like take care of. Or?
Yeah.
Kid's just like,
yeah, like this is your kid now. Like
What the fuck?
And the director had to tell them like, oh, like I appreciate it.
yeah.
But like I
Can't take
can't
this.
I can't
Can't
take a
take this.
kid.
Can't take this.
That's fucking weird.
So the director, his name is I think Eli Roth. I think that was his name.
Oh, I gotta go pee real quick.
Never got another movie again, huh?
Well, I think he was the creator,
That's the fucking
the Brooklyn dude from
Inglourious Basterds.
yeah, the guy with the baseball bat.
No way.
Yeah,
The Jew bear, right? The Jew
Yeah.
that's him.
No way.
He's the director. So he directed that.
Dude, he was great in that fucking movie.
Oh yeah, Yeah. So he was also the guy behind Hostel. Do you remember Hostel?
Yeah, yeah.
Hostel. Another one, Cabin Fever. I've never.
I've heard of that. I haven't seen it though.
I haven't even heard of it. But yeah, so he was behind the Hostel films. But
He's a good-looking dude
yeah.
too.
Yeah.
Yeah. You know what movie fucked me up for a long time? I woke up at 3 a.m. to this fucking movie playing. Apocalypto.
Oh, dude, I love Apocalypto.
That movie fucked me up when I was younger.
Really?
Yeah, I woke up at 3 a.m. I was just like,
what scene was it?
dude, it was right. I woke up right when the scene when they're sacrificing,
Oh, at the top of
ripping
the
out
temple.
hearts and shit.
Yeah.
You know, like I was just like, what the fuck is this? I thought it was like the History Channel or some shit. I'm like, what is going on? You know,
Dude, I love that movie, man. That movie is so like, I don't know. It's just
I've learned to love it because it's just like, dude, that's probably what it was like. That's it for sure.
That's
Yeah.
what's so interesting is that like we're not that far from that.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? In you know, you think of the span of Earth's lifetime, but even smaller, the span of humanity's lifetime. That was like a fraction ago that we were doing stuff like that.
Yeah. You know, when I think about shit like that too, I think like about the problems we have today. Like, it's true. Change does take a long time.
Yeah.
But in the
we're
span,
so lucky.
yeah, that too. And then in the span of the time that we've been here, there has been a lot of change from what we used to be. Like, it used to be really fucking bad. And to live in this time, it's a lot better than what that time was for sure. If you were from the wrong fucking village, oh, you're getting sacrificed.
The Aztec were just gonna raid you.
I gotta go to the restroom too.
Dude, I can't get over that. That's the fucking director.
Yeah.
I can't get over that.
When I saw that too, I'm like, he looks so. I couldn't like place
the
it
Jew
where I
Bear,
knew him
the
from.
Glorious Bastards.
Yeah. But I don't know if you guys would want to maybe like watch it tonight.
Oh, I'm fucking down.
Yeah.
Number 2, I think when I walked in, what were you guys saying?
He was talking about Apocalypto, and then we were just saying like how we're not
God,
that
I love that
far from
movie
it.
too.
Right? The movie's so good, dude.
But then it made me think of, do you know who Steven Rennell is? Hunter, he has a
Steven Rennell?
meat eater.
Oh,
show on Netflix.
Yeah, I know who.
I forgot the argument, but I think he had like a discussion, like a Q&A, and someone asked him about hunting and how they were against it. But he makes a good point about that. He says that hunting or not hunting animals, like factory farming, is a fairly new idea.
Mm-hmm.
Like throughout human history, it has
Yeah.
been hunting, and that's the only way that we've able to get sources of food.
Yeah.
So he was saying that it's not this new idea about hunting. It's like now that I guess there's like some, I don't know, like ethical maybe about killing animals.
Mm-hmm.
Like this ethical aspect. Now it's a big deal.
Yeah.
You know, but like if if you were to truly understand where your meat and your food came from, you would want hunters to hunt.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah, because at least they're living their life.
Yeah.
They're not in cages.
Yeah.
You know? And I mean, like the animals that are being hunted.
Yeah, and it's almost a thing. No, it is a thing where I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how people that are against hunting think, but it's not so much that hunters are going out and killing anything that they find. It's more like they've been tracking them for years, and it's like, okay, well, you know, now you're dangerous to the environment and you're getting old. It's time for you to go.
Well, there's so much regulation too. Like you can't just go shoot anything that moves.
Yeah. It's.
Are we talking about hunters?
Yeah, we're talking about hunting.
Yeah. Well, I bring up the point when I came in and you said that. That like, what'd you say? Fuck. That human history has been like this for so long.
Yeah.
And that like now that we're living.
How much it's changed from what it used to be.
But I was telling him that it makes me think of something about Steven Rennell was saying. Steven Rennell is the meat eater host.
Yeah.
That he said that.
Trust me, I know who Steve Rennell is.
Well, someone against hunting asked him about like why does he hunt or whatever, but he brings up the argument that, you know, not hunting is a fairly new idea, like factory farming and like hunting has been with us like for so long.
Yeah.
And that, you know, it's only been recently that we've switched to this.
What What frustrates me too is that like there's people that would argue against hunting animals, but literally the hunters are what fund like national parks. You know what I mean?
Mhm.
That money is
We're
what
paying
funds
for the tags and stuff.
Yeah. So you're over here fighting against them, but how much do you contribute to national parks?
Yeah.
Right?
Natural wildlife and
Exactly. It's just yeah, like you said, it's something that's been around for fucking forever.
Yeah.
And it's literally to the point where it is population control. Because
Yeah.
there is things like in Texas where like wild hogs just
Yeah, they decimate the environment.
yeah.
They're invasive species.
Or even I think it's Australia. They kill feral cats. Like
Yeah.
Oreo,
Yeah.
Oreo would be skinned right now. Okay,
Yeah. Facts.
yeah.
Not a fact.
Because they
do with it.
destroy their environment.
Dude, it's crazy to think that, like, because I was trying to look it up right now, and the hypothesis right now is that humans, as in like Homo sapiens, have been on Earth for around 200,000 to 300,000 years. Right, that's when like first Homo sapiens began appearing, and it seems like to me like we really only know what's been going on for like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 years back. Before that, we don't really know.
Yeah.
We have our guesses, our best guesses, but we have no idea. That is so crazy that there's so much history that we're just unaware of from our own species.
And we'll probably never know.
Yeah. So like, because I was looking it up, like, so if let's say we only really know concretely what's been going on the last 2,000 years, and we've been around for 200,000 years, that's 0.01 of our existence that we know. 0.01. So imagine you live to be 100, right?
Yeah.
That's like the last month of your life you finally become conscious of what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
You know?
Yeah.
Like,
It's
that
not,
is nuts.
Yeah. It's not. It's yeah.
And that just goes to show how new all this is, what we're doing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like,
It's funny.
fuck technology, civilization.
Yeah, it's funny because if you were like, say, you go 200,000 years from now, because we document so much, I feel like they would be able to know. Like people in 200 years from now would be able to know 100%
They would
of
know.
their history.
Yeah.
And that's like
That's
an
crazy.
interesting. That's a great feeling to have, or great information to have. I would say.
Yeah.
But like we can't. I
We
mean,
don't have
because
that
we
luxury.
technically, I mean, not with technology and whatnot, but like just maybe things that we've been going through, like government wise and decisions. We've already been through this. Obviously, like history repeats itself, and we can't even learn from that.
Yeah, because we don't even
We
know.
don't even
we
know.
don't know all the information.
Yeah, we don't know.
Yeah.
So, I think it's great. It's a great thing now that we could document everything and have everything on paper, so to say, or like even social media,
Yeah.
anything that people can look back on 200,000 years from now, and be like, "Holy shit, maybe we should do that."
Can you go to a website? I think it's called humanresources.org. But I was listening to Jordan Peterson's podcast, and he had one of the, I think the co-founders for that website. And I think it's a website that basically like gives facts of how much, I don't even know how to explain it. But he was basically like just saying how, he was just like trying to bring statistics to the facts that like how much civilization has changed, but for the better.
Mm-hmm.
Like I believe he said that like, I think it was back in like 1883, poverty was like 95% around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And by 2015, it was down to 10%. And at a certain point in the podcast, he was saying like, I think he said that, the belief is that with overpopulation, we're going to actually run out of resources, when it's actually the contrary. Like we are actually having more resources that are actually cheaper for the public.
Yeah.
And it's just, it's crazy the adaptation that we as humans have for survival, Like, for the longest time, it's like, if you didn't find anything to eat, you're screwed,
You're dead, yeah.
And now we're at a point where it's like, that isn't the case. you
Yeah.
know? And it's crazy.
Yeah, definitely not. Yeah,
It's crazy how much has changed from the time that it was just hunters and gatherers to what it is now.
I mean, even
Mhm.
from the year you said, 1883, that was like what? Like not even over 200 years ago.
Yeah.
What blows my mind is when I start to think about how, like, all of us who are alive today, we are a chain of ancestors, right? That
Mhm.
go back to that beginning.
Yeah.
And that's what's crazy. It's like, who the fuck was my ancestor
Mm-hmm.
200,000 years ago? What were they up to?
Yeah.
You know?
Had to have been someone adaptable.
Yes.
Or
some
chance,
badass.
luck,
Yeah. But it's cool to think that. Like,
Well, what's also crazy too is like around that time, most people were just farmers. You know, like they were just poor people. You know.
yeah.
And then they got to
Or they were just small villages of hunters and gatherers.
yeah,
You know?
and their descendants were just
Nomads.
yeah.
Yeah, because at a certain aspect of life, even if it was like, say, like the Spaniards raiding, the Aztecs, it had
There was some.
there was some form of like badassery going on, like them coming from another continent. You know what I mean? Like them coming here to take over land, them raping, pillaging.
I think that was a badass scene in Apocalypto at the end, where like the Spaniards are coming
The
on the beach
ships,
and they're just
yeah.
like, "What the fuck?"
Dude, that's like
Love
one of my
that
favorite
movie.
scenes. Like,
Yeah.
that whole
They like
movie.
didn't even care about this dude anymore. They're like, "Who the hell is this?"
Yeah.
Puts things in perspective.
Rolling up in this thing on
Are
the
you
o-
down
the
to
water?
watch the Green Inferno tonight?
the Green Inferno? Can we eat first?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because I'm hungry.
Yeah.
I'm
No, me
getting
too. I'm
high.
starting to get really hungry.
High on life.
All right.
But yeah, it's yeah, yeah, like development is like tenfold.
So rapid.
Yeah,
you know?
now that is crazy to think that 100 years ago we were fucking. I don't know what we were even doing 100 years ago.
100
Fucking
years ago?
shooting marbles.
Bro, we were playing with, like, yo-yos.
Like throwing
Yo-yos.
sticks,
Yeah.
playing in a garden. Like, nah, we
Yeah.
don't fucking do that. That's kind of lame now.
Our relatives probably didn't even have cars.
Yeah, yeah. No one was getting around. No one knew
Yeah.
what the fuck was out there.
Yeah.
God.
Crazy, man.
Yeah.
We're lucky to be here.
Crazy.
Yeah, I will say
Yeah.
that.
Yeah.
That's what's crazy, man. Like, we are a current stop in this long chain
Mm-hmm.
of, like, passing DNA. You know? That, I don't know why. Like, sometimes
No,
I'll
but
think
yeah.
of that and just like, what the hell?
It's even crazier to think that when people, like, say there's, like, I don't know, just like a kid, like 18-year-old kid, and they die, like,
Something
unexpectedly.
ends there.
Something ends there.
Yeah.
But it took however long to get here,
Mm-hmm.
and it ended.
Yeah.
So that's crazy.
I think that's why I understand, like I feel like I've seen this in a lot of, like, Japanese, like, entertainment or media about this idea of, like, someone being the last of a clan or, like, a family, the last of, some family name, and then it ends there. And I feel like now, being older and, like, having that perspective, I understand, like, why that is such a big thematic, like, almost like loss for these movies or TV shows, mangas, whatever. Because of that, it's like all of this evolution, and it ended. You know?
And not only that to survive back then, it was fucking hard. So they
Mhm.
knew, like, oh, dude, our clan survived. And guess what? We're the best fucking clan out there.
Yeah.
But if I die, this all ends.
Yeah.
It's kind of like fucking Genghis Khan just spreading the seed everywhere. Right?
Yeah.
We're all Genghis Khanian. I don't know what he's called, but
Yeah. Crazy, man.
Imagine being around that era. That
That must be
dude that's
nuts.
just like going around killing everybody and raping all the women.
What a life, man. You know it's kind of weird too, because scientists say that Homo sapiens come from Africa, right?
Uh-huh.
It's weird to think, like, our lineage comes from Africa. I've never even fucking been to Africa. Like, I don't know why that's weird to me.
oh, the
You
fact
know?
you haven't been there.
Yeah,
The
or it's just
motherland?
that, like, our species evolved for that climate, for that environment.
Yeah. It's just
Never even been there.
Yeah.
so weird too. It's like, why Africa? You know, like what was it that about Africa
That
just,
like facilitated that.
yeah.
Yeah.
Just where all the primates were, man.
Yeah,
That's the
I'm
only
just
thing I
thinking
could
about
think.
well, I'm thinking about what land masses used to be. It all used to be clumped. Pangaea.
Yeah, I don't know if
Maybe
I don't know
just
if-
central,
how
like
long ago
towards
that
the equator.
was. Like you're saying, because it was like in the middle type of thing.
Yeah, it was just hotter
I don't know.
there.
How long ago
Maybe
was Pangaea?
Sustainable for climate. Well, to trace us back would have to be all the way to the first primate, right?
Oh, just like in general.
Yeah.
I mean, yeah.
You know,
I don't know. Pangaea was like over 280 million years ago.
Were any primates then?
God damn.
I don't know. I wonder what the first primates even look like.
Probably some little fuckers. Monkey climb.
You know what pisses me off in today's climate?
Says-
Close.
Sorry, real quick. It says primates first appeared in the fossil record nearly 55 million years ago.
Oh,
Not
even before that.
close.
Not even a quarter.
Not even
Wait,
close, bro.
55 million? Oh,
55 million years ago,
I'm sorry.
and they theorized that Pangaea was over 230 or 280 million years ago.
When did the continental drift happen?
I mean, it had to have been like over 200 million years ago, because I don't think they were ever still. You know what I mean?
Wow.
Let me just Google it, see if an answer comes up for that.
That's insane.
Yeah, so it's saying the super continent began to break apart about 200 million years ago.
Oh, okay.
So,
Also, it couldn't have been because of that.
yeah. Crazy.
Then what the?
I knew
That's
it
a
was already
dark hole.
separate because they were saying the only way that humans could have crossed over to like North and South America was that land bridge, yeah. Up by Alaska.
That's a
Crazy,
black
man.
hole in itself. Evolution. That I don't want to get into.
Dude, it's just amazing. It's amazing to think about. Here we are, probably going to go to McDonald's after.
Yeah.
I'm down.
I didn't expect. I don't know. I didn't expect that.
It's just kind of like, I was just like my point was gonna be like, here we are, like probably gonna go to McDonald's
Yeah.
after, but like
Oh,
200-300 years
I
ago.
totally missed that. I was
You're
just like, McDonald's? I was
yes.
You said it so drunk too. It was so fucking. He's like, yeah, I'm down.
I didn't hear the first part. I was just like, I just heard McDonald's. Like, yeah, I'm down. Yeah.
Oh my god. Man, let's wrap this mug up.
Yeah. Oh shit, dude, that was fucking hilarious. I was looking right at you. Like, yeah, I'm down.
You guys know?
I don't know why I thought you said we're probably just gonna go to McDonald's. That's what I heard. I was like, so we're probably just gonna go to McDonald's after. This dude's like, yeah, I'm down.
Do you guys know who Trisha Paytas or Pats
yeah.
is? The YouTuber?
Yeah.
Nah.
No, she's not the sharpest crayon in the Crayola box.
She's not
okay?
the sharpest anything.
Am I being
in any
compared
box.
to a fucking stupid YouTuber?
No, well, it just reminded me of this clip. She was on the H3H3 podcast, and they were
Okay.
like quizzing her.
Why is that podcast so big, by the way?
I don't know. I've never sat through a whole episode.
I've
Yeah,
only
I don't
seen
know why it's
clips.
big either.
Yeah, I've only seen clips. But I think it's just because they get a lot of big YouTubers on it. That's
Interesting.
my
Doctor
assumption.
Disrespect.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
But he like took off his whole persona too.
Oh,
On accident, though.
yeah.
It wasn't.
Oh, it was on
It was
accident?
on accident.
Oh,
He thought the
yeah.
camera stopped rolling, and that's when people were like, "What the fuck? That's a wig." Like,
What?
yeah.
Oh my God.
We could probably find the
I'm
clip
sorry.
after.
I don't want to.
Oh, but so they're like quizzing her on something, right? So like, let's say the question was, "How old is the Earth?" And she just repeated it back, "How old is the Earth?" And the person said, "Yes, correct." Like clarifying, like, "Yes, that was the question," and she was just like, "Oh, okay, cool, thank you." Like, she thought she got the answer right, and they're like, "Wait, what?"
Everyone's just
Oh,
confused.
shit, I gotta find that clip, and I'll play it. I'll play it once you wrap up.
She, yeah,
It was so funny.
she's something else. You know, like whatever. I'll power to her. Oh, dude, I'm gonna be thinking about this moment forever. Yeah, I'm down.
I'm still
I
down.
think what it is, I did say that, but I just think you took it at that context specifically.
What's so funny
Which
to me
is
is
funny.
I feel like he was probably spacing through whatever you were saying.
I definitely
And
was.
then
He said
McDonald's,
and he's like,
yeah.
I'm done.
Yeah, I definitely was. We can roll back the clip and definitely see
That
me
has to
just
be the
like
clip.
staring off.
What's the time stamp? That has to be the clip, man.
1:38.
1:38.
It's towards the end of the episode, so if you made it this far, you got that funny. Well, it's gonna be an Instagram video, so that'll be great.
Yeah,
Oh, dude.
that was a good moment.
Ugh.
Dude, I still laugh at that clip when I was trying to type. I was just like, name and game. You just kept naming game.
That's Jim.
That's GIM. I don't know what the fuck was happening to me. Oh, man.
Oh my god. All right, if you can't find it in the next 10 seconds, it's over.
No, I'll play it. I'll play it after.
Oh, okay.
After we
Well,
wrap
anyways.
up.
Well, we're all done anyway. Thank you for joining the Circle Podcast, and thank you for listening to us talk about absolutely nothing again. We love doing this. This is our, every week routine.
Yep.
But
And buckle up, listeners,
Yeah.
because we got stuff planned. Right?
we do. But anyways, once again, thank you to the new listeners, and thank you to the reoccurring listeners. We appreciate each and every download and view on YouTube, even if it is 5. We don't care. We know that 5 of you care enough to watch a video.
Yep.
I think Tuesday we didn't get a single download.
Really? That whole day?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
It's all right.
It's okay.
We're about to take this to the moon, baby.
Oh, bro,
Our-
my foot's cramping.
Our users are going through some shit right now. But anyways,
Oh, God.
God bless America. Milfsy night, and God bless your mother. See
Well
you
put.
next time.
Well put. Yep. Nothing else to add. Once in, always in. Thank you for joining the circle.
Yeah, it was a fun episode. Funny moments for sure.
Yeah, I'm done.
Dude, my foot is cramping so fucking
What the
bad
heck?
right now.
Bro, this dude needs McDonald's
What
stat.
the fuck is going on?
He needs an injector.
Remember, only you can prevent forest fires. Don't let the man get you down, and try to prevent foot cramps because they fucking hurt. God damn. All right, goodbye. We'll see you on the next one. Bye.
See ya. I forgot where the camera is.
Stop that goddamn camera.